What's up, everybody? I'm going to do the next part of the tour. Bam! Room. Look at all our books. I think that's cool. So this is our room. I want the internet in the other room I'm going to show you, but it's in here. So this is going to be where I stream now, and then the other room is going to be kind of our studio. We have enough room. Hopefully if we get a nicer couch, we can have people over to do more streams. But yeah, you can kind of see. This is Max's art table. It goes flat. My stuff. But should have put this the other way. And then this isn't completely done, but you can see my library or our library. So you'll see what I've done is this is all manga and anime or Japanese related stuff. And then what I've done, there's a book here called I don't know if you can see it. Wait, it's in there. So this book is a joke book I picked up when I first moved to Vancouver called Japanese slang language. So it's like konbanwa is good evening, but it's like konbanwa to be like white people can say it. So that's the cutoff for all the Japanese stuff. Then we have comic book kind of stuff, Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, shit of that nature. This is just kind of big books. And then we have, because Max has some Dutch stuff. And then that's an English to Dutch dictionary her parents gave me, and then that's Dutch stuff. So I was like, that's funny. As you can see, it's a sty right now because we don't have all of our clothes stuff. By which I mean, here, I'm going to show you. So here is our closet, which is pretty legit. Oh, it's dark, but that's okay. So you can see, got our dresser. Closet space. I can't see if you see that. It's dark. It's really dark in here. More closet space. We don't have any hangers, and we have this is can't really see it, but it's like a hanging cupboard kind of deal. I might have to piece this vlog together because I'm doing my vlog right now because I was watching an older vlog of Martin's because I'm behind, and it made me want to say some stuff, so I'm going to. This is going to be our studio kind of room. It's smaller. We're going to soundproof it. So there's the couch and stuff, and then there's the TV. When I get Courtney and Martin's table, the TV's going to go higher. I have all the games in there, all the controllers in here, and stuff like that. We have no plates or anything. If you saw that pizza crust. So I put it down. So yeah, Martin was talking about confidence. And I was actually just randomly, because I'll have conversations in my head or arguments with other people in my head, usually make-believe people. And just my opinions on what confidence is, because there's bravado and then there's confidence. Bravado is like, I'm the best. It's fake it till you make it mentality. And that bravado can help you gain confidence, because that's how I got it. That's when I was younger. I just started making jokes. I was like, I'm pretty, or I said I was pretty because my sister said it one time, and then people would laugh, but not in like a ha 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 at you kind of way, like in a with you kind of way that made me feel like it was true, and that kind of helped me gain. And then I did other stuff, and it was bravado. I wasn't actually confident, but I would like go with it, and it can help, but I was thinking it's like makeup and clothes, and I bring in clothes too because we use that in the same way we use makeup for a lot of stuff. It's not necessarily functional. It's fashion and shit. So freaking words and stuff. But yeah, those are fun. And if you're going out, you can dress up or you can do up your face and everything, and that's great. But if you can't just like throw on something ugly and go to the store without being embarrassed, you're not confident. You can be confident in your best self, like not your best self, just your best look, your best body image, because that's not self. And there's nothing wrong, once again, nothing wrong with that. But if you can't do without, and that's what I'm saying, then you have a problem, because now you have that kind of image of yourself. And like true confidence to me is like, obviously not in front of everyone, but like if you're truly confident in yourself as a person and you've kind of given up, doesn't matter what you look like, you could sit there naked, slunched over like bleh, bleh, and not care. And it's not about being like, I'm attractive, I'm this and this. It's a realistic understanding of who, what you are, and being okay with that. Um, and I did a longer comment on Martin's video. Yeah, I think a huge part of being confident is being objectional and comparing yourself to others, but correctly. Because people do this fucking thing where they take the best thing about somebody else, ignore all the other shit, and compare it to all the horrible shit about themselves, which is crap. See, like, so Martin, I'll use a comparison. I'm sure there's people better at video games or like Smash Bros. At the tournament where he's like, oh, look how good they are or something. Maybe, I don't know, I'm just assuming. Or guessing. But I'm sure one of those dudes has a bad home life. Martin is in a happy relationship. He works hard at his job. He's got a pretty decent following on Twitch as far as like startup goes, better than I do. And he's like 24. So if you take a realistic look at the other people around you, what other people are doing, because if someone's successful in their job, that like, because there's lots of people our age doing well at work, that's not what they want to do at all. So why does that even fucking matter? And then you got to look at your relationship, shit like that, because people spend years trying to get a good relationship. So if you're already in a good one, and like, especially if it's like that's what you're planning to do, you're golden. But you gotta be objectional, and it doesn't sound. Yeah, so throw out to Martin. Martin. DAGG. Martin DAGG. Your boy. Local procrastinator. But yeah, you have to fucking take that hard look and be reasonable with yourself. I think not enough people, because this bravado, fake it till you make it, you will not be honest with yourself. You won't take a look at yourself and be critical, which for some people I think is important when you are overly critical and have the inability to think reasonably. Because Max has this problem too. She's horrible at it. She sees other people, they'll be like 10 years older than her doing well, and she's like, I'm like, you're fucking 20. And she's like ahead of the game already. Artistically, talent-wise, ahead of the game too, much more than me, and I'm 25. It's the kind of thing when someone, like when Max talks about her doubts about herself, I will remind her, is like, do you like think I'm any good? Because she's a lot fucking better at a lot of fucking things. So it's like, if you truly don't think you're worth this, then me and a lot of the other people I know who she respects and cares for are shit. Like, that's how it is. You have to have the same lens with yourself you have with other people, and people don't do that. You are like, people will so often be like, oh, I'm a piece of shit, but all these other people are great. But we know tons of people aren't great. We're like really good friends with them, or they have their flaws, and then we're like, but they're this. That's great. Like, why can't you have the same thought process about yourself? What stops people from being like, oh yeah, I'm a fucking person? And it's because we know everything about ourselves, and what we don't do is put that on other people. Back to Doel, who haven't seen him forever. Oh my god. No. Back to Sonder. When you see somebody, you get a few things visually. Maybe you hear something they say or whatever, and you get a very small, brief understanding. But the thing is, they've all had the same things. They've had, everyone our age should have by now quelled with inevitable death or something. They will probably have had sexual blunders in one way or another. Lack of too many, different thoughts, not great thoughts. We all have the capability to be monsters. People go into the army, go to war, and then they realize they have the capability to do horrendous things, and that is something that creates tremendous mental turmoil. And I think that's hiding the surface of everyone, and that's fine. Everyone has that capability. I'm not saying like you're thinking like, oh, I'm gonna murder people, but we have shitty thoughts. You see people, it's so natural to dislike things, and it's a kind of thing that we especially now don't let out. And you are allowed to dislike things. I mean, you shouldn't dislike things based on like unavoidable non-choice matters. Sexuality, gender, race doesn't matter. Like, you shouldn't be judged about that. But then we have to be critical of things people choose to believe in, and that doesn't mean being like, oh, you can't think that way. But it does mean that you're allowed to think that's a stupid way to think. You're allowed to do that. You're not allowed to discriminate them in your place of work. You should, like, there's obvious, like, I'm just saying this, but we get too over the top with it, and you're allowed to have opinions, and you're allowed to feel ways, which is also what Martin was saying. And I do think it's an appropriate way to phrase it. I think this, when it's something you can't prove. Because, like, I say agnostic with atheistic views because I can't, I don't know how the universe was created. I don't know if there's a God, and I can neither prove nor disprove it. But I do know that all religions in the world cannot prove it. It's all faith-based. You are allowed to believe in that shit if you want. That's your decision. But I'm never going to believe in something faith-based like that unless there's proof. There's not proof, and I think that's not the right way to go about your business. I'm very realistic person where it's like you need to be able to prove this shit. And that's my opinion, and I'm allowed to have that, and I don't have to apologize for feeling that way. If I go around yelling at people who believe certain things who's not hurting anybody, then yeah, I'm a fucking dickhead, and I deserve to be treated as such. It goes, it's a long vlog, but yeah. To have confidence in yourself, you have to look at the realistic world with a view of yourself the same way you look at other people. So stop making other people better, and then if you don't, like me, and you think a lot of people suck, and then you think you also suck, you have the ability to change yourself, or maybe you just have to get over the fact that we have flaws because we're people. And yeah, there's a lot of ways to go about doing that. But yeah, that's my vlog. Bye, everybody. Bye.